Join my Patreon at patreon.com/bunnytails for the full uncut reactions. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone. I'm really excited to be watching more Star Trek, the original series today. And today we're going to be watching an episode called Metamorphosis. It was the second episode produced for season 2. And I'm just, I don't know what's going to happen and I'm excited. Are you ready to go where no bunny has gone before? I am. Oh look, it's the shuttlecraft. Haven't seen that in a while. AKA the chicken nugget styrofoam McDonald's container.
Average projected 0.3, Captain.
Oh, she's so green.
How is she now? No change.
Small thanks to the Starfleet.
Not really, Commissioner.
Another commissioner?
Securo's disease is extremely rare.
I was sent to Epsilon Canaris 3 to prevent a war, Doctor.
Commissioner, I can assure you that once we reach the Enterprise with its medical facilities, we'll have you back to your job in time for you to prevent that war.
How soon will we rendezvous with that ship of yours, Captain?
In exactly 4 hours, 21 minutes, Commissioner.
That's cheeky smile. It's gonna take 4 hours and you're gonna like it. Oh.
Heading directly toward us at warp speed.
And we're right in it.
Got it.
Or it's got us.
Captain, what's happening? I demand to know.
You already know as much as we do, Miss Hedford.
Jim, we've got to get Miss Hedford back to the Enterprise.
Yeah, we know that. What do you want to
Insist you make your
do?
scheduled rendezvous with the Enterprise.
At the moment, we're helpless. You might as well sit back and enjoy the ride.
Like we intended to take this detour. Come on now. Oh, this isn't the Enterprise.
Enterprise, this is the Galileo. Come in, please.
It's the Galileo again. How many shuttlecrafts do they have, I wonder?
Practically identical to Earth atmosphere.
Spot.
Gravity is similar to Earth.
Convenient.
Totally suitable for human life.
All right, we get out and get under. Commissioner, if you'll stay inside.
Just how long am I supposed to stay inside, Captain?
That's a very good question. I wish I could answer.
He's very patient with these commissioners. Ooh, I love the lighting here.
Most unusual. I would say quite impossible.
Nothing wrong. Nothing works.
Precisely.
She's already just not listening. Hello? There's a person.
Are you real?
Are you?
Earth people?
From the Federation.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm Cochrane. I've been marooned here who knows how long. Well, if you only knew how good it is to see you. A woman. Beautiful one at that.
And a beautiful woman.
Assistant Federation Commissioner Hedford.
Food to a starving man.
Oh, Jesus.
All of you.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification. We are all on the menu. Great.
Hey, that's a nice ship.
There's chicken nuggets in there. If you're hungry, you could eat that instead of us.
Been trying to get her to go again? Oh, forget it. It won't work.
We were forced off our course and taken here by some force we couldn't identify.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
You say we'll be unable to get the ship to function again?
Not a chance.
Don't mind if we continue to try.
Go right ahead. You got plenty of time.
Like forever.
I have a small place over that way. All the comforts of home. I can even offer you a hot bath.
How perceptive of you to notice that I needed one.
Wow.
Look, I'll tell you everything you want to know, but not here. Well, your ship is sure a beauty.
Well, he seems pleasant enough.
It looks familiar.
A missing person?
He dies.
You built this, Mr. Cochran?
Yes, I had tools and supplies
Wow.
left over from my crash.
Looks nice. Uh-oh. Her sickness is starting to onset.
Where'd you get the antiques?
Oh, you mean my instruments? Well, I imagine things have changed a lot since I crashed.
Not that much.
Must you keep it so terribly hot in here?
Her fever.
Do you feel hot?
I feel infuriated.
You're tired. Just take it easy for a while.
I'll rest later, Doctor.
You should listen to the doctor.
Temperature, Captain. First sign.
Yes, I know. It means we're running out of time.
Captain, doctor.
What? What was that? Isn't the music great? Music is great in this.
Surprised, but I've imagined I've seen around here sometimes.
We imagine nothing, Mr. Cochran. There was an entity out there.
There's nothing to explain.
Now, I'm not just requesting an explanation, mister. I'm demanding one.
I was brought here in my disabled ship. I was almost dead. The companion saved my life.
You were injured?
I was dying, Mr. Spock. I was an old man,
You were what?
but the companion rejuvenated me. Made me young again, like I am now.
That's why I brought her here. Because she was gonna die.
I don't know what it is. It exists, it lives, and I can communicate with it.
Oh.
Do you have a first name?
Zephram.
Zephram Cochran?
Some kind of historical figure.
The discoverer of the space warp?
Oh.
That's right,
The
Captain.
discoverer of the space warp.
Zephram Cochran died 150 years ago.
Well, he's been here alone, practically, aside from the companion, for 150 years? How is he not completely insane?
What were you doing in space at the age of 87?
I was gonna die, and I wanted to die in space, that's all.
True, his body was never found. If so, you wear your age very well.
That's an understatement.
Well, you're running a low temperature. Perhaps you should lie down. It started, the fever. It's over 100 and it's climbing.
How long do we have?
Matter of hours, that's all.
I haven't aged. The companion sees to that.
Captain, these instruments, they date from the time indicated.
You can communicate with it. Perhaps you can find out what we're doing here.
I already know. You won't like it.
I already don't like it.
I already don't like it.
You're here to keep me company. I told her I'd die of loneliness. I thought it would release me. Instead, it brought you here.
No! Oh, it's disgusting!
Hmm?
We're not animals!
Jeez.
Mr. Cochran, if you left here, what would happen to you?
I'd begin to age again, normally.
Wow.
You want to leave
It's a
here?
pretty good deal.
Believe me, Captain, immortality consists largely of boredom.
Especially at a place like this.
What's it like out there in the galaxy?
We're on 1,000 planets and spreading out. We cross fantastic distances. And everything's alive, Cochran. It's all out there waiting for you. But we'll need your help to get away.
You've got it.
They said he was the inventor of the warp drive, I think? So, like, all of this started from him. All of this exploration, if I'm understanding correctly. Hello. Jesus. Oh, no. I think it said, you're not going anywhere. Anyways, can you imagine being able to see the fruits, like, 150 years in the future of something that you created?
How do you communicate with it?
It's on a non-verbal level.
We're helpless. See if we can do something.
So it's not gonna heal her? I thought it was, it just healed people that were passing by that were in life-threatening situations.
How do you do it?
Well, I just sort of clear my mind and it comes.
This habitat looks really strange. It's like a strange amalgamation of different biomes. At least that's what it seems like to me. Palm trees, but also like a desert.
Almost symbiosis of some kind. Sort of joining.
Exactly like a pet owner speaking to a beloved animal, would you say?
No, it's more than that.
More like love.
The companion can't do anything to help Miss Hedford.
Then she'll die.
Why?
We can expect nothing from the companion.
Well, then we gotta go. Sorry. We out.
Are you all right? Apparently, the companion imparted to me a rather quaint, old-fashioned electric shock of respectable voltage. Unquestionably, a large part of its substance is simple electricity.
Okay.
Anything that generates electricity can be shorted out.
Quite correct, Doctor.
They're gonna attack this thing
Throw this switch.
so that we can get our instruments working and leave. This is your chance, Mr. Cochran.
The companion saved my life. I suppose I even have a sort of affection for it.
It's also keeping you prisoner.
You could kill it. I won't stand for that, Kirk.
I see where he's coming from.
I'll do anything I have to save all of our lives.
I suppose from your point of view, you're right. All right. You want me to contact it?
Oh, man.
What was it they used to call it? The Judas goat?
Shit, a reference I don't understand. Judas Goat? Why'd they wait until he was there? Oh, it's mad. Oh, we pissed it off. Oh God. I thought they'd do it when it was not like engulfing Cochrane.
Stop it! You're killing him!
I think that's the point.
You're choking him!
Oh, he's okay. He's gonna try to call it back. It's calming down.
You're all right, Jim.
Yeah,
Spot.
all right. How do you fight a thing like that?
Maybe you're a soldier so often that you forget you're also trained to be a diplomat. Try a carrot instead of a stick.
Very good idea. That's true. They didn't try to talk to it first.
The universal translator on the shuttlecraft. We can try that. Talk to that thing. Any change?
Yes, for the worse.
If that thing could make him live for 150 years as like a 35-year-old, then couldn't it cure that lady?
Computer Central reports that we are coming up on the coordinates of the last established position of the shuttlecraft.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Well, they just lost their captain in space. That's scary.
Strong particle concentration. We're on it, Mr. Scott. Lay on that course. Maintain scanning. Particle density decreasing. Gone, sir.
So it just fizzled out.
If there are no further traces, how are we going to follow them?
We stay on this course. See what comes up.
It's a big galaxy, Mr. Scott.
True, but it's the best chance we have. Anyways, why doesn't Cochrane just tell the companion that he will die without female companionship? Then it would cure her, don't you think?
This device instantaneously compares the frequency of brainwave patterns and then provides the necessary grammar. Ready, Mr. Spock?
Quite ready, Captain.
Mr. Cochrane, call the companion.
This companion was probably extremely lonely before Cochrane came along. I wonder what would happen if, like, Kirk tried to call it, like, the same way Cochrane does.
Companion.
My thoughts, you are hearing them?
Oh.
Feminine. No doubt about it, Spock.
The matter of gender could change the entire situation. Is not a zookeeper.
A mate? A lover?
A lover. To keep us here against our will.
The man needs the company of his own kind, or he will cease to exist. The man must continue.
It's not natural.
We will cease to exist in captivity.
Your bodies have stopped their peculiar degeneration.
So she can basically stop aging, but not like a disease or something.
What you offer us is not continuation. It is non-existence.
This communication is useless.
No, wait.
The man must continue.
You're being quite selfish. Well, that didn't work.
Why did you build that translator with a feminine voice?
We didn't. There's no doubt about it. The companion is female.
I don't understand.
A blind man could see it with a cane. You're not a pet. You're a lover.
I'm a what?
I'm a what now?
The companion loves you.
For all these years, I've let something as alien as that crawl around inside me? That thing fed on me, used me. It's disgusting.
I thought
Is this what the future holds? Men who have no notion of decency or morality?
when he explained
I'm not going to be fodder for any inhuman monster.
his relationship with the companion, I thought he already had an idea that it was something similar to love. That I don't understand him.
Doctor, he was loved. He resents it.
Weird, right?
I don't want to die. I've never been loved.
Well, I wonder why. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sure she can be
What
quite
kind of
nice.
life is that? Not to be loved. And he runs away from love.
Aw. She is quite a good actor, though.
Approaching what seems to be an asteroid belt, sir. Scanners report approximately 7,000 bodies. Approximately 34% of the bodies have atmosphere in types H to M. All right, then. We do it the hard way.
Scott, there are thousands of them out there they could be on.
That's right, Lieutenant. And we'll look them over one by one.
That's right, Scotty. Yeah, you will.
Is he important to you? More important than anything? Is he as though he were a part of you?
He is part of me.
By your feeling for him, you are condemning him to an existence he will find unbearable.
He does not age.
I speak of his body. I speak of his spirit. Take away all obstacles. Without them to strengthen us, we will weaken and die.
The man is the center of all things.
Oh, she's got it bad.
But you can't really love him. You haven't the slightest knowledge.
I don't think you need knowledge of love to love. It's just a feeling.
You may keep him here forever, but you will always be separate, apart from him.
If I were human, there can be love.
Is she gonna transform? No, she's just gonna run away. She has to cogitate about this.
What did you hope to gain by that, Jim?
I thought maybe if she loved him, she'd let him go.
You cannot expect her to react like a human.
Zephram Cochran.
Oh no! She took over her body. No, that's the one. No, that's not what I wanted. I take it back.
I don't understand it.
So
She's not sick at
the
all.
companion does have the
We understand.
capacity to heal her sickness.
Sure. What? Don't you understand? It's a companion.
He's perfectly healthy.
We are here.
We.
Both of us. Those you knew as the commissioner and the companion. We are both here.
Oh, what the hell?
You are both here in the one body.
We are one. We frighten you. We've never frightened you before. This is loneliness.
She can understand human emotions better now.
You're letting us go?
We could do nothing now to stop you. Now we are human. We will know the change of the days. We will know death.
It's a reversible?
You're very beautiful.
Part of me understands. Part does not. But it pleases me.
I could explain many things.
You beside me. Let me feel these things.
Go ahead, Cochran.
I don't know how I want this to end. Does he stay on the planet with her? The commissioner never goes back to her job?
We'll be there in 57 minutes, sir.
Very good. I'll continue transmitting.
What happened, Captain?
I can't tell you now because, quite frankly, I don't know how it's going to end. Kirk out.
Yeah, how is it gonna end?
I'll show everything to you as soon as I learn my way around again.
I can't go with you, Zephram. My life emanates from this place. If I should leave it for more than a tiny march of days, I'll cease to exist.
Oh.
But even if you stay here, you'll eventually die.
Joy of this hour, I am pleased.
Well, I can't just fly away and leave you here. You saved my life. You loved me. I never understood. I do now.
Enterprise is waiting, Mr. Cochran.
I can't take her away from here. If I do, she'll die. If I leave her, she'll die of loneliness.
What do we do?
I can't leave her. I love her.
There's a whole galaxy out there waiting to honor you.
I have honors enough.
You'll both grow old here and finally die.
Yeah.
I've got the feeling it's one of the pleasanter things about being human. As long as you grow old together.
The dream. Grow old together. With someone you love.
We'll have a lot of years together. They'll be happy ones.
All the best.
Captain,
What about the war?
don't tell them about me.
Not a word, Mr. Cochran.
What about that war on Epsilon Canaris 3?
Well, I'm sure the Federation can find another woman somewhere who'll stop that war.
Does it have to be a woman? Can't a man stop a war too? That was very strange. I feel like I haven't had, like, when I was watching it and even now immediately after, I really haven't had time. There were so many things that I need to, like, think about. I feel like this episode really raised a lot of questions about so many things. Basically, I didn't really have time to think about what I thought about, like, their relationship between the companion and Cochran, or like how I felt about the companion and the commissioner merging together as one being. And I'm just like, everything was happening so fast. I didn't know what I felt about the events that just transpired, but I was feeling things very strongly anyways. So there's a lot to go over here. I was a little bit taken aback by how Cochrane reacted to finding out that the companion had like a love towards him, because I thought he already had an idea that he had these kind of emotions towards it as well. But now I understand that he didn't view the companion as something that was human enough to be a true companion for him. I guess when he says that it's a companion kind of misled me. I think he views the companion more like a caretaker, something that out of the kindness of its heart was keeping him alive, was caring for him like a pet, like an owner and would a pet. And I guess when he found out that this thing was like not just emotionally, but almost like physically merging with him when they would communicate, and that the companion was getting this satisfaction of love from him, I guess I understand, even though at first I was like, what? Like, why are you so mad, bro? That he felt kind of violated, that this thing was using him for that kind of purpose, when because it's not a human, he feels like that's kind of a disgusting thing, because it in his mind they're incompatible. So he was really put off by that. But I was really confused because I thought he had like this love for it as well. And maybe he did, but he didn't understand, or he didn't want to admit to himself that that's what he was feeling, because I kept focusing on this one line that I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said like it's something more. There's something more to their relationship, but he didn't really say what it was. But I took that to be like a romantic kind of thing. So I think he did, but he didn't want to admit it, or he just couldn't see it, because when she did turn into a human form, and he didn't even view this thing as like the possibility that it could be female, have like a female spirit at all. But when she did take on like a human form, those feelings that he had for the companion were able to become realized in his mind. And he wouldn't have just felt like, hey, I love this person, if he didn't have those kind of feelings beforehand, if that makes sense. I was reminded of one of my favorite movies as a child when watching this, when the companion merged with the commissioner and was able to understand human emotions and human concepts. I'm kind of reminded of The Last Unicorn, where the unicorn, in order to save the unicorn, a character in the movie, a magician, changes her into a human form to hide her unicornness from something that hunted unicorns. And she lost something in that moment. Some of her innocence, her pure ignorance of human emotions. She could feel what it was like to be in a mortal body, but she also gained some things like the concept of love and the feeling of regret, which was something that was totally foreign to her before. So I really liked this episode because of that. Made me remember something that I love. Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional right now, but I'll let you guys know a little bit why later on. But first, I just want to touch on one more thing. I was a little bit weirded out by this thing fusing itself with the commissioner without her consent and without maybe they did talk about it first, but probably not. This thing was probably like, you need a human? Okay, I'll be a human. A female human? All right, bam, there we go. But I think it did work out. While a little bit strange the way it happened, everybody seemed happy, so no harm done, and they both get what they want. And now I'll tell you guys a little story, which is a little bit personal, but my husband had some blood work done recently, trying to find out why he feels like fatigued and just kind of run down all the time. And one of the things that his doctor wanted to test him for was leukemia. And for a good 2 to 3 weeks, I would say, while we were waiting for those results to come back, my mind just started to think of all the possibilities of, you know, what could happen if he had that. I was extremely stressed out. My mom died of breast cancer a little over a year ago. And of course, with this, based on what you're describing to me, we're going to test you for leukemia. My mind went to the like worst possible case scenarios, you know, as our brains tend to do. The results did come back negative for that, but lately, very, very recently, I've been thinking very intensely about the frailty of life, the finality of death. And I thought to myself that the only thing that I really want in life is to grow old with my husband. I think that would be the biggest blessing ever, and I worry all the time that that's not going to happen. And so the fact that those two were able, two or three, I don't know, were able to achieve that. Like they can have that. They can love each other and they can grow old together until the end, but they can live a full life. And I thought it was really beautiful, despite the fact that it was a little weird about how it all came to be. I guess this particular episode just came at a very intense time in my life for me that it really just kind of hit me hard. So I think probably you guys are all looking at me like, girl, like it's not that deep. Like why are you getting so emotionally invested in this? But hopefully I explained a little bit that you guys can understand. Because I imagine that probably a lot of you guys watched this and thought, that was nice. Or maybe that was kind of weird and then just went on with your day. I don't know. If there's anybody else who was greatly moved and made to feel very intense emotions from this episode, please let me know that I'm not alone. But if you didn't, that's okay too. I liked that episode a lot. And I gotta go ponder about it more because I barely scratched the surface about everything that I think about this one, for sure. But I think I've babbled on enough. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you thought. I really look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I think today I'll think a little bit extra hard about how my dad's love for this show is helping me to love it a little bit more, and how my love for this show is helping me to love my dad a little bit more, if that makes sense. And about my mom, who just 16 months ago told me that she loved me for the last time. Thank you guys for watching this to ensure that I'm never feeling alone when I'm watching this show. I appreciate you. See you next time.